Hey, what is up you guys, my name is Sub-Zero Exabyte and I am shooting right back at you today with another episode of Do Not Mess with Sub His Minecraft World. I know that I have never called it this before, but since people do not seem to leave me alone in this world, I will try to make it as clear as possible that people really need to stay out of here because I am getting sick and tired of this every day. So last week someone broke into my house again after I moved like 1,000 blocks away from my old house. So you might be thinking like, well Sub, what in the world are you doing right now? I mean, I am just throwing around with some blocks, right? Well no, you would be kind of wrong about that, because what I am doing right now is nothing less than necessary when people think that they can just fool around with my house and destroy my property and belongings. Now, having said that, I am going to be dedicating this video today to make the most secure house possible in the world of Minecraft. Even though this might sound a little bit over the top, I think that it is my right to secure myself and my house to the fullest range of my capabilities, and I am willing to pay a lot of Robux for these security measurements that I am going to be taking today. So this is what this package is for. It is a strange package, but there were lasers inside of it, so I guess that I shall put those to good use, because like I previously said, and before that, I am sick and tired of the fact that people seem to not care about any of my personal belongings in here. I mean, I have said this 1,000 times already and I am going to be saying this again. I only join into this Minecraft world whenever I need some peace and some rest and just some space in general. I mean, I got dumped by this beautiful lady this week and I am just tired of people stealing my stuff and all of that. So right now I am going to be protecting my house, and I am going to make sure that anyone who dares to still cross me with all of this, well, I am going to make sure that ends will meet with them, because I am not backing down from a fight, and I am not going to be putting down these arrows because I am Sub-Zero Exabyte and I am going to become a force to be reckoned with. Now with that said, I will still have to do a lot of things to get this done, but you may be wondering right now like, well Sub, what in the world are you doing right now? Just doing something reckless like building a new hideout like this, just out of pure boredom? Well, yes and no. I mean, kind of yes, but really no. I mean, there have been a lot of people trying to steal my stuff lately, and I really do not think that this is that chill at all. So I am going to find some places where I can put my chests, without anyone knowing about it, so that they do not know where my chests are. And when they do not know where my chests are, well, that means that they cannot go and steal stuff out of the chests, who they do not know the location of. So I know that this is like the most wonderful idea ever, even though it might be just a little overdoing it. But I really do not care about that, because I just want people to stay out of my chests. And as you can see, I am willing to go to the ends of the earth to get this done right now. I mean, people need to stay out of my chests for a second or two, because I do not even have any stuff left for myself. But I think that even though we had a good hiding spot on the top of that mountain the other day, it might come in handy to have a chest with some stuff a little bit closer to home. So that is where this thing is going to come in handy. Since this has all been blown up, I have got this pretty big hole underneath of my house, and I can go ahead and fill this up. And while I am doing that, I can just make a little hidden compartment inside of the hole, where I can just put another one of these chests, so that, again, people are not able to know where the chests are. And like I said, when people do not have any idea about where the chests are, well, then they cannot take anything out of it. So that is pretty much my philosophy when I am going into this video, because you know, I will need something to do when I am here. I mean, I am not really a guy that likes to just sit or hang around. I will need to be on my feet in order to feel good about what I am doing. So that is another reason why I am doing this right now, because I had nothing else to do in the first place. So this new little basement is about done right now. Now just the stairs, and we are basically done with that thing. So now that we have a little basement, or I must say, a little hidden basement, I can just pretty much put whatever I want down there, and no one will find out about any of the stuff that I put down there until someone comes along again to blow up my house, and then they will pretty much just find the chests right there, and at that moment I am probably going to be sad again for another week. But that is just how this goes, I guess. At least with everything that is happening right now, I am able to keep it kind of new and fun, I guess. I mean, it is not that I like the fact that people come in and steal my stuff, but with everything that has been happening lately, and by that I mean all of the hordes of noobs and all those types of things. Well, at least my life is getting more and more interesting by the day, so that is a good thing, I guess. At least it is better than sitting around all day with nothing to do but listen to Deja Nintendo, which is an album by Brand New. Now I had to speed up this little part right here since it took me like forever to get the vault on here, but I am sure that you will all like it and you will definitely fall in love with it. It is a promise. But if you do not fall in love with it, then in that case, no backseas. But that might speak for itself, I guess. Now this hidden basement thing is almost done for right now. I mean, it is being built like a freaking bunker or something like that. We might even be able to use this as some kind of doomsday shelter or something like that. I mean, I have seen those shows on the Discovery Channel, or was it Nat Geographic? I cannot remember. At least there was a show where they had a lot of people who build these types of basement in their house or somewhere out in the woods, and they would be going to use those bunkers or basements whenever the so-called doomsday would come. Well, I guess that they have all been bamboozled because the day of doom has not come yet. But then again, I bet that everyone is thinking that those guys are crazy. But once the doomsday actually comes along, then they will have the last laugh about it. I mean, when the doomsday would come, and we would all be dead except for them. Well, at that moment we would not even be able to have the last laugh because we are not able to laugh about things when we are dead. I mean, it sounds pretty sad, right? But it is the harsh truth. But then again, right now I am just going to use these hiding places for my new chests and not for some kind of doomsday preparation techniques or something like that. So that is pretty alright, I guess. At least we have some time to think about everything that might be going to happen. I mean, whenever the so-called doomsday would hit, I could still just go down into my little hidden basement. I mean, that is where all of my chests are stashed, so I could just fill all of those up with like gold and food, and then whenever something happens I would just be able to go out and go down there instead of having to die like everyone else. But let's just not think about that. And let's hope that there will not be any kind of doomsday coming in the foreseeable future. At least it would be cool to not have something like that going on here. Okay, but I am getting really wet now, and that is kind of out of my comfort zone. I mean, it is not like I do not like swimming, but then again I really do not like it when my clothes get wet because then I would have to send them to the dry cleaner and all of that stuff, which is like really, and I mean really elaborate for some darn clothes. But at least I think that if I do not feel comfortable around water in my normal clothes, then that would kind of mean that other people are not comfortable with that as well. So I mean, at least I have got some reasoning behind all of the things that I am doing. But then again, that is the least that you could be expecting of me because I am just a very well thought out person in general. So that kind of correlates in with everything that I am doing right now. I am doing all of this just so I can keep all of my stuff, and keep all of the other people out of my stuff. It sounds pretty okay, right? I mean, usually people would not even be going into your stuff because, you know, that would be pretty unethical to do in the very first place. Okay, so for the next part of this story, I am going to find love in the cave, and by love I mean a good hiding spot for my darn secret chests. Man, I would love to just be able to like make them disappear, or like make them invisible or something cool like that, or maybe just some portal device where I can like teleport all of my stuff into some kind of warehouse and that I can just teleport them back whenever I want to. I mean, that would be pretty cool, right? But then again, that would be pretty elaborate as well. At least I am coming up with some ideas. I cannot say the same thing about everyone around here, but then again, this is all my stuff, so I guess that I should just be the one who has to keep up with all of this stuff and get it done with. At least right now people cannot start stealing my stuff because I have brought all of my belongings with me to take it back to all of the chests so that none of my stuff will be in danger ever again. So that is pretty decent. I mean, like I said, I am a very well thought out person. None of this is random at all. But do you remember what I was saying about places that are uncomfortable for me to go at? Well, this is one of them. For starters, it is way too deep for me. I mean, the jump that I just did was just flat out terrifying for me to do. I mean, most of you guys would know that I am really afraid of heights. It is not like that is a secret or something, but as I was saying, I am not comfortable being in this ditch right here. So I hope that with placing my stuff here, I can actually make sure that other people are not comfortable with this as well, so that I can actually maintain a safe space around this area for my stuff to just chill in this freaking chest. Otherwise, If this were to become some kind of a tourist attraction, then I would be kind of out of luck, to say the least, because that would mean that I would have to get everything of my stuff out of that chest again and carry all of it out of that hole in the ground, which again would not be a very fun experience for me at all. So that is pretty much everything about that hole or any other place that I am hiding things at around here. But the pals will not find this stuff, and that is pretty much the goal here, because otherwise they could copy me. So this has pretty much got to be like the best freaking defense for a freaking hidden chest in like forever. I mean, who would go out of their way to cut down through layers and layers of this darn vault, which we all know is like the holy grail of unbreakable stuff. So I would wish the person who is trying to get through this a lot of luck, because they will never be able to get through this, at least not on my watch. And I will be watching this thing with a freaking bat's eye to make sure that everything is safe and sound and no one touches anything. So next thing that is up on my little short list of hiding places, well, that is just to dig a really deep hole and to put some kind of a chest all the way down there so people would not have any idea about what is going on around here. I mean, it is just very weird to think, oh my god, I just broke through bedrock. That was not what I was planning at all with this, but okay. At least what I was saying was that no one would ever expect there to be a chest all the way down here. And of course no one is even going to notice that there is anything right here, because the hole is just dug out in a totally random spot, so that people cannot try to outsmart me with some of these things. So that is pretty cool. At least that is what I think. I mean, no one is going to expect a thing right now. Now it may not look like something with high-tech security right now, but once I am done with all of the building and construction, then you will be able to see that no one thief will be able to storm into my house and steal stuff. That is just how good I am at this, and that is just something that I like to do. I like to prove people wrong, and that is just the thing that I am going to be doing around here. Now let me quote you this from a book called Walden, written by Henry David Thoreau, and he says, and I quote, "If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them." So I feel like I have always been the one that was building castles in the air. Now need it be that I did that around here in Minecraft or Roblox or just in my head, that does not really matter. The essence of this quote is the fact that he says that you need to put the foundations underneath those air castles, and that will make sure that they become a reality. So the foundations are the hard work that one were to put in when doing something like that. Now I will be the one who is going to put the foundations underneath of my castles in the air. I am going to make sure that no one can mess around with the Sub-Zero Exabyte the Great anymore, and they will all regret every crossing me. Now let's close this up with this fine keypad right here and choose ourselves a little nice color for the home, because I want something that matches the blue of the water, which will be looking totes amazing when we are done, and you will not get enough of it. And would you look at that, we did it, boys. This is stage 1 of my super awesome security project that is like going to be super awesome. I mean, I would not think that it would be anything less than awesome, just because, you know, I mean, come on people, take a look at me and you would see that I am just here to rule the world. I mean, I am not here to rule the world, just ignore the fact that I even said that, but I am here to rule over anyone who is trying to break the rules. I am a rule enforcer, as you would say, or you know, I could be more like a law enforcer. Oh my god, you guys, I am basically a police officer right now. That is amazing. I love and support the blue line, so shout out to any of the cops out there and stay safe. Now of course none of this would be able if I was not that much of a mastermind, and I am going to do everything that I can to be able to get this done and to make sure that no one will be able to ever mess with me again, because that is how I roll. I command and I conquer. You could see me like the new Donald J. Trump, but then less old than he is. Only I am not building a wall, because my wall is the laser basically. Alright, so guys, please forgive me right now for what I am doing with this thing here, because I literally have no idea what I am doing right now. This is just some on the fly thinking right here, because I literally have no idea how to use all of this. I mean, if I would have tried this hard in school, then I would have definitely become like a scientist or something. But I did not try my best in school. But that does not mean that you should not try your hardest as well, because that is one of the reasons why I am here, to remind you guys that you will have to try your best in school. And I mean, you should try your best in everything that you do, which is like always good. I mean, it is not like you would be able to accomplish many things when you are just slacking through life. So please listen to the words of your old pal Sub, and go put in the hard work, and it will pay off, just like I am doing right now. I am putting in the hard work to hide the chests, and no one will find them, and I will keep my stuff. But if you have any sort of tips and tricks for me, well, it will always be welcome, of course. But right now I do not really have enough time to go look for some tutorials, because I will really need to make sure that no one finds me in the middle of this place. But I will not be bothering you guys all too much with that stuff, because I know that going to IKEA and stuff can be rather boring to show on video. But I guess that this is where I am going to end the video, but I will see you guys in the next video. See you later, you guys.